And we are already back. Gosh, what a little 2-minute break there that was. How exciting. Okay, so Woff, what do we got on the board now?
Right up next, we have the men's championship pair. And again, it is a 3-boat final.
Oh, my gosh.
Interestingly enough, it's 3 boats from the same crew or same
now,
club.
I don't know if you want to say interesting or what, Woff, but I remember even back in the day we were around these parts, Mendota is not a crew to be reckoned with. They are big, huge, large, in charge, whatever you want to say, but I'm not surprised it's a 3-boat Mendota final.
And they are from cheese country way down in Wisconsin. So this is actually
is the water even melted there yet?
I don't know. They're still just coming out of the depths of winter in Wisconsin.
My gosh.
Jeez.
I hope they brought some cheese back. I didn't bring any fondue back from Switzerland, but hopefully they brought some cheese from Wisconsin.
Well, you never know with these guys because they actually spend the entire week camping out on Henley Island.
You know, you got to add that factor in there,
that's
folks.
huge.
You're camping in a tent. I mean, there was lightning, there was rain, there was sun, there was humidity, and now they're here and they're performing at their top level. There we go, off the starting gates. Mendota. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised, depending on where these athletes are from. I'm sure we have a nice array of collegiate-level athletes from the U.S. And, you know, it's interesting to see them in the pair because we don't often see U.S. collegiate athletes in a pair.
Absolutely correct, yeah. Usually collegiate athletes in the U.S., they're racing in eights. They're racing in the big boats. They're racing where the money gets made. But here they are in the pairs.
And this is huge for them, for their development, but also, I mean, I'm sure this is going to set them up for an excellent season, whatever programs they go back to.
Oh, definitely. And you know what? It's looking like a competitive field amongst these 3 crews. I mean, you know, it's a little unfortunate that the championship pair isn't overly subscribed like it has been in previous years, but doesn't mean, though, that we're not going to have a tight race because, you know what? These guys will all know each other. They'll know some of the strategies.
They know their race plans.
Exactly. So they're going to have to pull some tricks out of the bag.
And it's going to be an interesting one. You could see, though, the crews that maybe a little bit hacking at it in lane 5, the middle Mendota, just to be maybe not as calm as the other, maybe a little stressed, definitely potential to be painting those buoys. But our friends in the far side, Mendota, definitely look a lot more calmer. I think they know what they're doing, but they are, you know, everyone is riding the buoy line quite closely, and perhaps that's something that comes from not rowing pairs often.
Yeah, and you know what? That's the beauty though, of racing at Henley is, you know, we have a number of beautifully buoyed lanes here.
That's
so
true.
It's easy to keep the boat straight as long as you know what you're doing.
You just got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, and you know what? It looks like we have lane 4 Mendota there that looks like they are in charge. They know what they're doing here. And also, though, on the far side, again, we don't want to discount people that might be on the further lanes over. They're still in contact. So
absolutely,
it's looking pretty tight coming into that first 500.
A clean 500-meter first start there. But, you know, when you say looking pretty tight, it's looking tight because these crews are probably not in the middle of their lane just by the way you can see. And, you know, in a pair with a tight race like that, that's quite difficult because now you start talking about waking each other out.
Yeah, and you know what? That lane 6 Mendota crew looks
they
like
know what they're like. I'm out of here. I'm just going to go set the tone, and I'm going to stay far away as possible.
And you know what? That's at some ways that's almost a strategy unto its own. But
it really is.
They are having some steering issues, and you know what? If I didn't know anybody, I'd say that was probably me steering in there. So
Waffy, are you on the boat right now?
If any of my former pair partners are listening out there, you know what? I apologize if I was ever steering. But you know what though? These guys, they're doing okay though, despite having some challenges. They look like they're actually in the lead.
Absolutely, and it does look to be lane 6 Mendota there, kind of setting the tone, and they know. And like you say, it's an interesting vibe that you get when you have 3 crews from the same place. They all know each other. They probably know where they put their moves on. They've probably all rode the pair together. So it can be tough to get that kind of competitive edge. But coming up to the 1,000-meter mark, we're going to get a better vantage point, and we'll be able to see. But it looks to be Mendota in 6, lane 6 in the lead, and then 4 and 5 still hanging it out. But, you know, I must say I'm impressed with 4 and 5 because I did think there would be a little more separation at this point.
Yeah, and you know what, though? Despite these guys maybe knowing each other in their race plan in the pairs, they actually have raced in almost every senior and under 23 sweep event early in Chicago. So they got a lot of experience together.
Mendota. Welcome to Mendota County, boys, because that's the norm. And as we can see here, coming through, sitting maybe around mid-30s with that lane 6 Mendota. But now I'm starting to wonder, lane 4, were they just teasing us this whole time?
Again, it's a strategy game. It's a chess match. It is a chess match. Wow. What kind of stroke rate are those guys in lane 4 hitting? It looks very high.
We're both sitting around 34, but the one, lane 6 and 34, the one closer to us, maybe around a 35, 36.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
you know, I mean, for me, that's a good base pace for the pair. I mean, maybe you're talking, we're not talking the Kiwi pair here, who we also met them in Rio. They were great guys.
Yeah, they were very, very humble and hardworking guys.
They were nice. And then now the one is doing cycling at something. Actually, I saw him in Lucerne just last 2 weeks ago. World Cup 3. So, yeah, I mean, we're not talking that level here, folks, but we're not far off because this is impressive.
And this is where, you know what, we all got to start somewhere. And these guys are doing a great job here in the championship pair. They are staking out some turf amongst their fellow collegiate athletes. And
that's right.
You know what? This is going to be
this is for bragging rights.
I was about to say,
like
bragging rights. This is bragging rights coming into the collegiate season. All these guys are, please correct me if I'm wrong, Mendota, you can come find me in the video booth, but all of you guys are from University of Wisconsin. So, you know, they're definitely building some good camaraderie and teamwork here. Over the week.
This is the way. And then, I mean, if you see Wisco during the school year, we're talking 60, 70 people roster. I mean, it's just a powerhouse school. So I'm not surprised here that they're dominating this final. But
you know what? Maybe they're just making use of the fact that they're frozen almost all year. So they get all their racing in now.
That 1 month they have to row in Wisconsin.
And
they spent a week of it here.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, they've made good use of it. So well done, Mendota.
And, you know, now I'm starting to think that Lane 4 did put on a pretty good push there, maybe during that middle piece to try to get level. But, again, Lane 6, they look pretty comfortable. But, you know, it's the vantage point. And now that we come back, we see here that there isn't actually that much separation with maybe a canvas lead or less.
Wow, that is a game of inches.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Lane 4. Apologies about that, folks. I mean, it's just insane here. So Lane 4 is actually taking the lead, maybe Lane 6, but both of them at a decently similar rate. But like you said, Lane 4 now taking it up a bit with Lane 5 dropping back.
Yeah, and you know what, again, it's, as I said before, it is a chess match in the pairs event. So, you know, Lane 4, they probably had some tricks up their sleeve, and you know what, they pulled them out at the right time. But we're going to find out as we get into the red buoys here, coming in the bottom 250 meters very shortly. It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight.
It is going to be a tight one because, again, we got only one medal to give out here today, folks. Despite 3 boats, this isn't gold medal, gold, silver, bronze. This is a Henley gold.
No, there are no participation medals here, folks.
That's
for sure. That coveted.
Well, you get a water bottle, I think.
Yeah, you get a water bottle.
It's pretty good.
It's, you know, you remember that.
Thank you, Niagara region, for hydrating us over there.
Yeah, they got the water trucks. You know what? If anyone's thirsty out there.
You know, I'm a little scared though, Waff. I'm a little scared because those oars are getting close to the buoy line. And in a situation like this, when you're in a pair, when you're in the last 250, when you're on your 50th race of the week, any little thing can screw you up.
And that's the thing. If you hook one of those buoys, you're getting a dunk. You're going swimming.
You're done.
And these guys, they're used to staying above the water, not in the water.
Yeah, I hope not. They're going to be freezing if they fall in the water.
Yeah, so, especially in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we warmed the water up here for you guys just a little bit.
We turned the heaters on.
Yeah, that's for sure. So now we're coming up again. Last 250 meters, they can look over to their starboard side and they'll see the Henley Island there, the Timing Tower Island. That's always the positive sign. I love seeing that all the time. Gosh. But look at this, folks. We have a race, a 3-boat race, but we have a race. I feel like I'm at a duel. Am I at Henley? This is the stomping ground, Wisco here. They know how to duel.
This is pure bragging rights. I bet you the loser here is going to have to buy the other winning pair a case of beer or two.
That's for sure. Good old case of Canadian. And unofficially right there looks to be Mendota, Lane 4, our friends Kyle and Dylan crushing it through the first place, followed by Lane 5 Mendota and Lane 6 Mendota.
So congratulations to Dylan Adams and Kyle McCarthy. Well done.
Unbelievable. Well done, guys. Folks. Thanks for coming through. 2.5 seconds, 2.32 seconds above the other ones. And wow, what a race on our hands here. So now that'll do us for the champ pair events. We got a few more coming up later, and let's get ready for the next one.